Hello friends, Koolio here and welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another video for Counterside. In today's video, I want to give you guys a English beginner's guide to character progression. Now, because the game is currently only available in Korea, things can be a little bit confusing at first when you first jump into the game and try to progress and upgrade some of your characters. So I'm going to go ahead and show you guys how that's done. Now, most of the upgrades that you need in order to progress your characters will have to be unlocked through the actual main story. Now, I'm currently in Act 4 of Episode 1, so I have most of the stuff unlocked except for like some of the high-end things, which are pretty easy to understand as of right now, and that's just kind of in your daily stuff, with this section and this section right here being mainly used for high-end progression for your overall account. Now, let's go ahead and actually head back. Now, in the main story for me as of right now, I'm getting ready to push through Act 4, and I want to add a healer onto my team. And so what we're going to do is actually go through and progress a character that I have to show you guys how it's done. Now, you have this section over here called the laboratory. Now, the laboratory has a whole bunch of stuff that you can actually use in order to progress your character. Now, we're going to be focusing on two main ones. This top one up here and then the bottom one down here. Now, the first thing you're going to want to do when you get a brand new character is actually head down to this bottom section, and we're going to go to what's known as the salary negotiations. Now, at first, this seemed very complicated to me, and I didn't really understand what was going on, but basically all this is leveling up your character. Now, in order to level up your character, you are going to need specialized contracts, which you can actually get through the daily missions or by playing through the game itself. So let's go ahead and we're going to select an operator or select a unit that we can use. Now, the one that I'm going to be focusing on is this one that I have a whole bunch of duplicates of. So let's go ahead and pick her. And it says, as of right now, I'm going to spend one of my contracts and 1,000 of my in-game currency to level her up from level 1 to level 10. So we're going to go ahead and jump into negotiations. Get ready for the next negotiations. It's basically you telling the boss, like, hey, I'm spending all this money, I'm doing all this work, give me more experience, give me more stuff to do. So basically how this works is you have up to 5 rounds. Now, as of right now, if I wanted to end it, which is this button right here, I can go ahead and click and end, and my character will then level up to level 10. However, if I want to try and push my way up and get even more experience for less gold, I can go and click this button right here. Now, what it's going to say is I'm going to spend a total of 1,300, not add 1,300 to my total here. So if I go ahead and click on here, it goes and gets pushed up to 1,300. I get some relationship points with that character, which is important a little bit later. Now, I'm currently in round 2, so I can either go ahead and click on it again, increase it. Now, there is a 30% chance to get even more experience points out of it if you're lucky. So let's go ahead and do it one more time. Okay, we're just getting regular successes. Now, if you don't want to go through and just do this randomly every single time, what you can end up doing is just simply clicking this button off on the far left, which will spend the maximum amount of gold that you can as of right now and level up your character automatically for you through all of the different rounds. So we've succeeded every single round. We've spent the total gold, we've got complete, and my character went from level 1 to level 16. Now, if I wanted to go and level her up even more, we're gonna go ahead and spend another contract, and it's gonna cost even more in-game gold for us to do that. So here we go, versus, let's try this out another time. So round 1, push it up to 11,100. We succeeded, gained some more relationship points with the character. Succeeded again. There we go. More success. And finally, for the last round, we succeeded. So again, we succeeded on all the rounds. Now, it is possible to actually fail at a round, but keep that in mind. So here we go. We pushed her all the way from level 16 to level 21. Perfect. So once you've gone through, once you've actually leveled up this character, you can see right here, I've gotten 3 points. This is the relationship score, which we're going to talk about that in just a little bit. But now that she's level 21, I've completed this stage. Let's say I want to go ahead and move my way on up to the next round of progression for my character. Now, if you do end up getting a character all the way up to maximum relationship points, you can actually go and sort of like sign a special contract where they'll get increased overall stats. But again, I'm not going to go super to depth with that system. So once you've gotten them to the level that you want to, head back up to the laboratory, and the first thing you're going to want to do, depending on if you're able to or not, is promoting your character. Now, when it comes to promoting your character, you're basically just pushing them up their overall star rating. So when you have this icon right here, it basically signifies that the character has a duplicate that you can use to progress their star rating. Now, all these other characters are able to upgrade their star ratings if you have the necessary material. So let's go ahead and click on my SSR character here. It says I need 15 of these red cubes and 20,000 in-game gold, and she has to be level 10 in order for me to progress her up to 4 stars. Now, in order to get these red cubes, you do have to beat Act 4, and then you unlock the daily dungeon, which you can then start playing through and unlocking more and more of these cubes, which you can then use to upgrade the overall star rating of that character. But we are going to go and focus specifically on this character because I actually have a bunch of duplicates for her. So we're going to select one of my duplicates. She's level 10. It's going to cost 2,000 gold, and we've got a duplicate. So she's going to get pushed up to level 2, which increases her max level from level 25 to level 50. Now, in order for me to get her up to 3 stars, I have to get her all the way up to level 40, and I have to have 2 duplicates. I do have 2 duplicates right here, which I can use, but I don't have her at level 40. So you've gone through, you've leveled her up, you progressed her to 3 stars. What are you going to want to do now is head on over to this one, which is sort of a stat manipulation system. Basically, you have the 6 main stats for the characters, and you can see some of these stats aren't maxed out. So what I can do is actually head on over and either use characters of the exact same type, which gives increased experience points to specific stats, or I can use just fodder characters. So if I go ahead and just use this one right here, which I'm not going to be using, it's going to increase a couple of my stats, not very much. Spend some gold, increase my stats, not that big of a deal. So let's go ahead and use these 3. Now, I am probably going to get a bunch more of these simply by playing through the game and leveling up, but I'm not getting the increased experience because they're the same character. I'm getting the increased experience because they're the same type. She's a support type. So you can see I've got a much major increase to the overall stats. Go ahead and increase it. Now, these characters, once they hit all the way to the end, they will actually end up hitting their maximum stat. Now, depending on the types of characters that you'll actually end up using for the sacrifice, you will get different stat bonuses. All right, so once you've completed and you've upgraded your stats, the next thing you're want to do is actually increase their overall skills. So let's head back to the laboratory. This is the skills section of the game. So let's go ahead and select our healer character right here. And then I've got all of her skills up here at the top. Now, in order for me to unlock an ultimate skill, I will have to push her up to 3 stars. So she's not there just yet, so I do not have her ultimate ability. But in order to unlock these other ones, I will need to unlock the Act 4 stage in order to unlock these special booklets. Once you've completed Act 4, you will have access to the daily dungeon, which you can then go ahead and collect these to upgrade their skills. This booklet, however, is from a daily dungeon that is unlocked fairly easily early into the game, which you can then use to unlock the skills, or there is another section in the game that you can go and unlock story mission, or you can get little story information based off of your character. So there you guys go. That is the daily progression or the simple English guide progression for your characters. If you guys enjoyed this video, please hit that like button and subscribe for more counterside videos coming soon. All right, friends, I'll see you next time.